Okay, a couple days ago I did a fun little meme about Fatima knowing Sasha Duncan from the family business. No, it's not canonically accurate, nor has it been confirmed, but it was just a funny thought of, what if back in the day, Fatima, when she was out on the streets and whatnot, actually knew of Sasha and possibly even the Duncan family. Because remember, Crystal had her own theory, or I guess you could say backstory for Fatima. It was pretty much in an interview she did. I think it was an IG live with the Vow where she said, Tyler kind of let us do our own thing with the characters. And for me, Fatima's backstory is her parents. Her family used to be, big in like, the criminal underworld, drug lords, that kind of stuff. And that's how they kind of got their fortune. And that's the reason Fatima was inspired to go into law. So whenever her family got into kind of, any sort of legal issues, she would be able to get them out. And from there, that makes sense when you look at, the Duncan family and what they do on the family business, that maybe Fatima Wilson's family and Sasha Duncan's family were aware of each other. And as time went on, Sasha and Fatima, maybe they still stayed in contact. I wouldn't even say they grew apart, but, life happens and, they may not have seen each other or talked to each other as much as they used to. But I think it would be interesting due to the fact that, yes, of course, KJ portrays both Sasha and Andy. But think of it this way. An interesting twist is the reason Fatima kind of, felt drawn to Andy and they got so close is because, well, she looks like Sasha. And it would have been funnier if at some point in the series so far, or maybe even in season 5 or something, there was just a little line where, when they're talking. Or I think one of the best times for this to have come up was possibly season 4 when Fatima was in jail and, Andy would talk to her in the visitor room. And Fatima would have been like, you know what? You remind me of a friend from back in the day named Sasha. I know it would just be a funny wink and nod to the audience, but I think that's kind of all we need due to the fact that Fatima could say, oh, you know what? You're like, you remind me of Sasha and how you look, but at the same time, you two are nothing alike. Like you say, you're from the streets. Or if Fatima was like, Andy, a girl from back in my past, Sasha, she was from the streets. You are not from the streets. So it's just one of those things where if Tyler wanted to kind of, connect things, that would be funny. Case in point, yesterday Crystal was doing questions in her Instagram stories, and somebody asked if her and Eva Marcel were related, and she's like, no, not biologically, but we're literally like, sisters or cousins or something like that, in regards to how their friendship is that strong. And some people have asked, what if, there was Madam and Fatima, family, all the Queen's men and sisters kind of crossing over or something. Well, they've already done that in terms of both shows. They're in the same canon. I don't know why people think, there are some people who say, well, there's no way all the Queen's Men is in the same universe as Sisters because Sky Black portrays Jacoby and Amp. Folks, that doesn't mean anything. Just because two characters from two different shows within the same universe are portrayed by the same actor doesn't mean squat. If you remember way back in season 1, the actor that portrays Tom on Bruh portrayed Ben on Sisters. Ben was someone I believe Andy knew from law school. He appeared in like the tail end of season 1 when Gary was being, accused of throwing Jasmine off the roof of the parking garage in an attempt to kill her. And he was going to help him, beat the criminal charges. So yeah, that doesn't mean anything in regards to, well, if this actor plays two characters. No, it really doesn't. So like I said before, it was just a funny picture I made because it's just interesting to think of how different Sasha and Andy are, but at the same time how close Fatima is to Andy while kind of being like Sasha. So yeah, I know it's different universes, different writers and directors, two different franchises, but yeah, if Fatima had a friend named Sasha, that would be kind of funny. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a great day.